Hey, it's LSuperSonicQ. LSuperSonicQ here. It's LSuperSonicQ.
Hey guys, it's LSuperSonicQ, and today I'm going to count down my top 5 favorite clay models that I've sculpted. Being as I've been a sculptor for so long, I've sculpted probably hundreds of clay models, and of course, like anything else, I do have my favorites that stick out in my mind whenever I think about those sculptures. With that said, let's take a look at some of my personal favorites.
Fight!
Taking the number 5 spot is Mario from Super Mario 64. As I said when he was recently revealed in the newest video game clay figure model video, this Mario broke a lot of boundaries with how I look at sculpting a clay model now, including paying more attention to the artwork I'm using as reference and matching colors/paint scheme better than before. With as much praise as I gave this guy, it might be a surprise to see him so low on the list. However, I think that's simply due to lack of detail. Mario is such a simple character in terms of that, and this model was easier to sculpt anyway because of the Nintendo 64 shapes. It simply does not excel in showcasing those elements. Despite that, however, this Mario sculpt is incredibly identical to the in-game counterpart, which was really the aim when working on him.
4!
Next on the list is number 4, Ridley from Super Metroid. This model is kind of old, sculpted around 2009, however it was really a diamond in the rough for its time. In 3.5 hours and using only one reference picture, I had sculpted and assembled what was easily the best clay model for its time. To this day, I have no idea how I could have sculpted him so well, considering my abilities back then, but there's something about his intimidating demeanor that makes this model so successful, and really takes sculpting with pre-colored clay to a high. However, I did make a small Samus from Super Metroid prior to this release, so perhaps she influenced the likeness and care put into this model.
3!
Third place goes to the Blue Blur, a never-before-seen Sonic from Sonic Adventure 2 Master Sculpt set. I thought if there was ever a better time to reveal this guy, it'd be now, seeing as I consider him to be the best Sonic I've ever sculpted. One of the key elements that makes him a favorite is his unintentionally textured blue fur, which makes him stand out from all the other Sonic models I've made, and actually makes him look pretty realistic. Not to mention, this guy is sculpted straight from SA2, easily the best Sonic game out there. Even if I tried now, there'd be no guarantee that I'd be able to make a Sonic as original and radical as this one in my eyes. I mean, just the pose alone is an engineering feat, considering all my clay models seem to fall over. Definitely a Sonic worthy of the Sonic Adventure 2 title.
2!
And an incredibly close contender for the number 1 spot, here is the posable Marth clay figure from Super Smash Bros. Melee that I sculpted back in the summer of 2011. If this were a video showcasing my best work, I'm sure he would take the top. I don't think I've ever spent longer or ensured more detail and creativity in a single clay model before than this one. Taking me around 3 months of on and off work to finish, the reason for such a long time and also the peak of this model is definitely the detail. Detail, detail, detail. I took a ton of snapshots in Melee in attempts to replicate every little detail when painting Marth, from the design on his armor to the holes in his gloves. I even built a custom stand for him so he could stand up on his own, and found a plastic display case for which he could stand in to be protected from the dust. Simply an amazing model. Now it's time for my favorite clay model. The clay model taking the number 1 spot as my favorite clay model that I've sculpted ever is SPO. This SPO debuted back in the original video game clay figure models in 2009 and was sculpted a few years prior to that, around 2006. Like Ridley, this SPO was a gem for his time and actually maintains that title even a little today. Honestly, he's not super detailed or even that large, however whenever I look over at my clay table, he's always the first one I pick out, which is exactly how it was before I had any competition from other models. Not only was it the time and place when he was sculpted that makes him my favorite, but also the likeness of the character. Such a great sculpt, very clean and very precise. I mean, it looks just like SPO. He has a certain essence about him. A certain essence I don't think I'll be able to properly conclude with. But whatever charm this model has, it stands out triumphantly as my favorite clay model. So there you have it, my top 5 favorite clay models that I've made over my 10 plus years of sculpting. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like always, I'll have more soon. Thank you for watching, I'm LSuperSonicQ, and until the next video, Finn.